Hope everyone is enjoying your weekend, having a good Saturday. Man, what a switch here weather-wise. What was it? A couple of days ago, we were, zero, below zero wind chill. Today, it's 60 degrees. Yeah, I mean, that's a pretty big shift in 48 hours, isn't it? I think a lot of us are experiencing that same shift right now. Okay, I am waiting for the iPad here to catch up with us. And for some reason, there we go. Maybe it's going to load chat now. It's kind of sluggish tonight, this iPad is. We've got a couple of things we're going to break. A triple play baseball box and then a half case of Topps Series 1 Jumbo. And, oh boy, I don't know what kind of thing is going on here. It's giving me some kind of weird message in chat, and I don't know what it is, and we're just gonna worry about it later. So, I don't know. YouTube's always changing something so strange. Anyway, let's get rolling. We've got some information to go over before we start breaking it into our products tonight. Feedback is set to be automated on eBay. I do that so you don't ever have to wait on me. So anytime you leave positive feedback for me, you are instantly going to get it in return. You can't beat instant gratification, right? And of course, the second more important message there is to say thank you. I do appreciate you bidding with me and breaking with me and chatting and hanging out, keeping me company, all that stuff. We're looking right now at breaks that are coming up on eBay. This is the stuff that's already listed. It's up available for bidding that we're going to be breaking over the next 5 days. So tomorrow for Super Bowl Sunday, no breaks tomorrow. But we will be back at it on Monday night where we will break Crown Royal basketball, Playbook football, and Onyx Premier Gear baseball, which is a player break. So the spots are listed by the player name, not by the team. On Tuesday, we'll open a Leaf Autograph football jersey, a Leaf Autograph full-size football helmet, and we're going to open a full case of Topps Series 1 Jumbo on Tuesday night. And that one, guys, base cards don't ship to the teams. Base cards has its own bidding category. The only thing that will ship to the teams will be autograph cards, relic cards, numbered cards, and any of the insert sets as defined by the Topps checklist. On Wednesday, it will be a TriStar Game Day Greats Autograph football jersey, a pair of Gold Rush Autograph mini football helmets. Those will be Series 4. We have been doing Series 2 or 3 recently. We're going to move into Series 4 starting Wednesday, and we're going to do a case of Contenders football, which I think is our last Contenders football case. It's the last one that I remember anyway. On Thursday, we'll be breaking Limited Football again and Optic Basketball again, both by the full case. Oh, I didn't mean to switch this to here. Daggone it. I hit the wrong button. Sorry. See what the warm weather does? It like thawed out my brain, but then I don't know. Somehow it went haywire. It's wandering around outside somewhere going, hey, it's warm. Anyway, shipping schedule. Here's what you need to know. Our triple play baseball. Always with the free shipping stuff, I projected out about a week after the break ends. So that means if you hit in the triple play baseball tonight, that your items will be on the way to you no later than Saturday the 9th, a week from today. Now, a lot of times they go sooner, but it really shouldn't be any later than that. The other thing about triple play, if your team is not the team pulled, you are still entitled to a consolation card. It can be from any year and any series. I keep track of it for a rolling 90 days. Normally, I send it with your next package. If you're in that free shipping break and you don't want to wait until your next package ships and you want it sent right away, you only need to send me a message by eBay. Let me know. We'll get you squared away. Our paid shipping break tonight is the Topps Series 1 Jumbo, and I'm anticipating that should be on the way to you by Wednesday. As always, if I can get it done faster, I will. And every team's going to pull cards in there because it's an outrageous amount of cards. So first up tonight, our 2018 Hit Parade Triple Play Baseball Box. It is break number 18. And, of course, our eBay end date is tonight, Saturday, the 2nd of February. And our team names are on the left. Winning bidders across from it there on the right-hand side. One team did not sell. That's the Rockies. You can see it noted there is no bids buyback. So if anything comes out for the Rockies, it would hang out here with me. Otherwise, it will go out the door to one of you. And of course, a new spreadsheet will go up before we do top series 1. So if you're hanging around for that one, don't wander too far off because this isn't going to take us too long. Right now, I am manually setting the focus. That is why the background went out of focus. You're probably like, hey, wait, if you're manually setting it, shouldn't we be able to see it better? Yeah, you will be able to see the items better. It just makes the background go out of focus. So Jay Allen is here. Yes, Jay Allen, you are right. You do have about a zillion in the top series 1. I think you have more than half the teams. You have quite a number of them. And Jay Allen, I just messed up my maths. Jay Allen mentioned to me in chat tonight that I guess eBay was perhaps down for part of the evening tonight when auctions were ending. So if that affected someone and you weren't able to get logged in or get able to bid or whatever, I certainly hate that. But I don't know, really, something was going on, it sounds like, with eBay tonight. Who knows what? They're always into something. Geo is here, and Greg, and the card collector. And yeah, Jay Allen, so you saw that message that I was talking about in chat, something about hit the Alt key and do this thing, that thing, and the other thing. And I'm like, I don't know. I'm not going to worry about that right now. All right, so our photograph here is Fanatics authenticated. It looks like there's also a Major League Baseball authentication on there as well. And it is Harold Baines. Can you see that up there at the top? Now, there's no paper COA, which is usually the case when something is Fanatics authenticated. You typically only have the sticker on the item itself, which honestly is all you need anyway. Okay, so that's the sticker on the item is the most important part. Next up, we have, Cal Ripken Jr. Very nice. Very, very, very nice. Let's get a look at this bad boy. So, nice hit right there, huh? Little Cal Ripken Jr. on the black baseball, and it is JSA authenticated. There is your sticker, the gold signature on there. That's a really nice hit. And somewhere in here, let's dig it out, we have our JSA paper authentication. All right, give me a second here to get this back in there. Get it sort of back in its box. It never goes, it's like a map. You know how you unfold? Well, you probably don't. Many of you, if you're young, you may have never had a paper map in your hand. But for those of us who are older folks, yeah, when you unfold a map, like, you can never get the thing folded back the same way. And it's crazy in that sense. Give me 1 second here. I want to check one thing, please. And then we're going to take a look at the jersey, which I think I know what it is. But I think I glanced at the signature there a minute. But we're going to check it out here in a second. Okay. It is... That's what I thought. It's signed by Tom Berenger. He's an actor, of course, so it's from a movie, and but of course it's going to go to the Cleveland Indians because it's an Indians jersey and etc. That's what I thought it was when I glanced at it, but then I wanted to take it out and make 100% sure that we were on the right track, and we are. So it's a Tom Berenger. It's authenticated by whoever's on that sticker. Something Celebrity Services, MA something Celebrity Services. As you saw, there is no paper authentication with it, just the sticker. But again, it is, of course, for the Cleveland Indians. The Cal Ripken Jr. baseball, of course, goes to the Orioles. This is what I've got to check out. I can't read exactly that uniform there, and he played for several different teams. I think that maybe says Chicago on there, which would be the White Sox, you know, because Harold Baines played for gosh, like a bunch of teams, the Indians, the A's, the Rangers, like a bunch of teams. You can definitely see the C on the helmet, which looks a little bit more like the Indians, but if you read the inscription there on the jersey, there's definitely a C, and can you all see that? That's definitely not Indians written across there. I was trying to find a uniform number, and there isn't one. So I do believe that is the White Sox based on what I see going across the front of the jersey, which is the CAGO. So then that's going to be headed to the White Sox for the Harold Baines. Okay, so now then we are finished up with our triple play box, which was, you know what, a really good one, I think. Between the Harold Baines and, of course, the nice Cal Ripken Jr. baseball, which I think somebody pointed out there in chat. When you come across those, they're usually part of TriStar, which I think I have a case of TriStar baseballs downstairs that I forgot to ever do anything with, so we'll break that sometime soon. But usually when you find those in the TriStar cases, they're pretty rare to find the black ones. Usually you get the white ones, so that ball should be worth a little bit of money for somebody. So once again, if you did not see this earlier, there's the shipping information that you need to know. And we are rolling right on into Topps Series 1 Jumbo. This is a 3-box break. It's the back half of a case, and we started this case on Thursday night, finishing it up tonight. And of course, Jay Allen wasn't kidding when he said he had a bunch of teams in here. I think he said like a billion or a zillion or something. Yeah, he's not kidding. He's got like half the teams in here. So he has got a lot of them. So Greg is here too. I see Greg is in there saying he's go Rams. He wants the Rams to win the Super Bowl tomorrow. I think there are probably a lot of people that are hoping for that. Card collector, oh, you spent the rest of your cash on the triple play looking for the Marlins and the Rays. Daggone it, man. I'm sorry we didn't have luck for you there with that. I'm trying to get a little bit caught up on chat. I know I got a little bit behind in there when I was trying to make sure I had the Harold Baines going to the right place. Because sometimes, you know, on those retro jerseys, you got to get a good look at them, and I just wanted to make sure that everybody, we knew what was going on and all that kind of stuff. All right, so if I can get myself in the box, that would be where we would need to start, actually being able to get the box open. Jordan is here. Hi, Jordan. How are you tonight? And card collector is already gone. I didn't even see. See, I'm so far behind, I didn't even get a chance to tell him goodbye, but... Well, card collector, thanks for stopping by. I'm sorry I missed saying and see you exiting, or I would have said goodbye to you. Let me get a few sleeves out here so we can have that part ready to go. Aaron is here too. Aaron is talking about the Tom Berenger autographed jersey that we got, which of course is from a movie. I might not have said that earlier. If I didn't, it is... from a movie, of course, from Major League. And Jay Allen, why did you say the jersey shouldn't be in there? Why did you, I mean, there's, you know, we got stuff, we get mini helmets from, like, people in the Water Boy and everything else. I mean, any baseball kind of theme stuff that there's definitely autographed memorabilia out there for it. Aaron, you are looking for some St. Louis Cardinals tonight. Okay, we'll work on that. Yeah, Jay Allen, you've got a huge list in there tonight. I can't even read all those off right now, but there's a lot of them in there. And Corey is here too. Hi, Corey. All right, guys, we're going to cut a path through our base. You all know how this works, I imagine. Pretty much everybody has probably done one of these breaks before, so we have loads and loads of base cards until we get to the nice little center of each pack, and then here in the center is where we find our hits. So the Luke Weaver is numbered to 2019. Basically, whenever we see one with that kind of, I don't know, whatever you want to call that color on the edge, on the outside edge, it's going to be to 2019. And then we have some hollow foils. Those are not numbered generally. So there's a hollow foil. And these are reprints, of course. That's a Buster Posey rookie card. And it's an iconic card reprint. We'll find plenty of those. 35th anniversary, another insert that there's lots of. And then that's it. So each pack, you know, we've got 4 or 5 inserts and hits in, and then we go back into our base cards again. So that's how each jumbo pack is going to be set up. Of course, some of them we're going to find our autographs, or we will find our relics, as the case may be, in that little center part as well. And this is a got the little gold 150th anniversary on it. Some of our packs will start the middle section with that. Some of them have it, some of them don't. Greatest Players is an insert set. That one, of course, the first guy unanimously inducted into the Hall of Fame this year, and that is Rivera for the Yankees. Steve Carlton and the Phillies is our 35th anniversary. We have our first relic out, and that's for the Minnesota Twins. And that's our metal relic, the medallion card. Most of our other relics, well, there are both. There are manufactured. What in the heck? Hang on, guys. I'm sorry. I think I must have grabbed. These are all the small size. All right, so apparently I have somehow managed to put small size sleeves in a pack that said it was big size sleeves. So let's just get a whole other pack all together and ditch those. And let's start from scratch and see if I can actually get the thick sleeves out. So there are other manufactured relics in here, which we'll find throughout the case, probably find another one or two. And then each box will also have a regular relic that is not manufactured, okay? So Corey, you need the A's in here tonight, okay? And Jay Allen, you just don't like it because you think that the movie stuff just doesn't belong. Well, I mean, I guess everybody's got their own way of looking at it, but I do know those definitely have some resale value, and I know there are a lot of people that enjoy hitting the movie ones, but certainly it sounds like not everybody does. So, but they all put them in there. TriStar. I don't know if Leaf does. I think they do, but I know TriStar does, and I know that I think Gold Rush does, and Hit Parade does. Hollow foil Orlando Arcia. Now these greatness cards, okay guys, these have got 2 different players on them, and most, no, I shouldn't say most of them, a lot of them are the same team. So when they are the same team, we're not going to worry about it. We're just going to set it over aside because we don't have to. When they're different teams, we'll put it up there in the housekeeping area, and we'll figure out how to designate those at the end of the break. This is one of the Home Run Derby cards. When you get this, you scratch off that silver part, you go to that website, and it will give you a chance to pick a date where you think that player's going to hit a home run. If they do hit a home run, you get a special little Topps Now card. The AL West studs that I set aside over there, once again, that's just a card with 2 different players on it from 2 different teams. So it will also sit over there in the to be determined area. Well, I mean, it's like this, Jay Allen. I mean, I understand what you're saying. You're saying, would you rather have a Baker Mayfield or would you rather have a Henry Winkler? But the fact of the matter is, just because you hit a Henry Winkler doesn't mean it kept you from hitting a Baker Mayfield. It could have just as easily been, you know, some guy that played 20 years ago and has been retired and you forgot his name. I mean, it's all relative, I guess. That's got the 150th gold anniversary logo on it. A George Brett Greatest Moments. Mike Trout 35th anniversary. This is numbered 250. And that is for the Texas Rangers with Martin Perez. So, you know, I mean, again, I understand that not everybody's going to be a fan of pulling out memorabilia that is signed by an actor or an actress, but the fact of the matter is, I can't control what's in there, and I can't control what comes out of there. We just take it as it goes. Greg, you want to see a Hank Aaron come out tonight, huh? I don't know that Hank Aaron's on the checklist in here, is he? I mean, maybe. I wouldn't think as an autograph, but maybe he's in here as a relic or something. I haven't paid that close of attention, but I wouldn't think he's in here. It's a 150th gold logo there on the Altuve. There's an Arrieta Greatest Seasons insert, 35th anniversary Carlos Correa. Topps Now, these are actually... They're actually an insert series, and oddly enough, they look a lot like what used to be advertising cards that put in there that looked very similar, but in fact, they are not. They're actually an insert set they're putting in, which is basically advertising, more or less, another product that they sell. So I think it's kind of weird that it's in there, but anyway, that's how they do it. So. Oh, Jay Allen, you did see some Hank Aaron autograph cards out of Series 1. Okay, well, I'm surprised that he's on this checklist, but that's great, man. Then we need to set about finding him, don't we? Because we all know Hank Aaron's one of my favorite players. Greatest moments for Wrigley Field. There's a hollow foil for the Marlins. 35th anniversary for the Mets. Here's our second relic out of the box. The Nationals and Trey Turner come out with our actual player worn relic there. Now we're still, of course, looking for our autograph out of box number 1. But yeah, if we could pull a Hank Aaron out of here, that'd be fantastic. Usually you don't find a lot of those kinds of people in some of the stuff like Series 1 and Series 2 and Update, but I'm glad they've upped their game. They're giving us a little more variety here, sounds like, with our autograph potentials. Which makes up maybe a little bit for what I think is not a great design this year. These cards have, yeah, they're going to have to grow on me a little. That's to 2019. So far, I mean, I think they're kind of ugly. I mean, a little bit, aren't they? I think they are. There's an iconic Jose Canseco, Oakland A's, 35th anniversary for the Mets with Piazza. And then I guess we are back at it with our regularly scheduled programming, as it were. I don't know why I can't get in these packs tonight. I am struggling with with getting the packs open. I don't know what the deal is. Not cooperating. My hands are not cooperating, or the pack is not cooperating, or maybe both. Maybe it's a combination of the two. All right, there is Adam Eaton for the Nationals, 150th anniversary gold. Greatest players, George Brett, a hollow foil for the Cardinals. There's a Bob Gibson 35th anniversary for the Cardinals, and then we are back to basics. Aaron, yeah, maybe that is what bothers me about it. That's a good point. I haven't really quite been able to put my finger on what it is about the design that I don't like. I just know there's something that doesn't set with me. I was kind of thinking it was the way they did the name, maybe, with that giant last name and the tiny little first name underneath it. But that is a good point. Aaron says because of the border, the way that it is, that it makes the card look almost like it's miscut. And that's a good point. Just without me being able to put my finger on it, that could very well be what's bothering me about it, because that certainly does diminish the eye appeal a little. Greatest players, Lou Gehrig for the Yankees. A hollow foil, Brad Peacock for the Astros. Did we look at the back of the Lou Gehrig? If we didn't, there it is. can't remember if we did or not. The Red Sox, Pedro Martinez, 35th anniversary. A Topps Now insert, of course, with Shohei Ohtani. There are several that have Shohei on them of those Topps Now. Those both the same team? Yes. Is that both the same team? No. So that's got to go over there. And our little housekeeping spot where we'll get those designated and out the door at the end of the break. Greg, you said, yeah, you don't like the design either. Yeah, I haven't really talked to anybody who's loving this card design this year, honestly. So I don't think we're alone in that. 150th gold Urena for the Blue Jays. There's a little Hank Aaron, as a matter of fact, on a greatest moments for the Braves. St. Louis Cardinals 35th anniversary. And our autograph hit comes out for the Oakland A's. And it is Legacy of Baseball, Frankie Montas. So there's our autograph hit out of box number 1, the Oakland A's. Jay Allen, is that one of your teams? You've got a bunch of teams in there. I can't remember if Oakland is one of yours or not, but I think it might be, but I'm not 100% sure about that. Echo, yes, we have done the triple play. It is a Cal Ripken Jr. autographed baseball. The black baseball and the gold signature on it for the Orioles. The jersey was Tom Berenger for the Indians. Of course, he's an actor, but that's from the movie. So it's the Indians, and then the photograph was for the White Sox. Ah, Corey, that was yours. Okay. Yeah. You did say Oakland a minute ago, didn't you? I remember somebody in there had typed in something about the A's, and for some reason I knew Jay Allen had typed in a big list. I was thinking it was him, but it's Corey. Well, congratulations, Corey. Well, that one's headed your way then. Jay Allen, I'm sure we're going to hit something for you out of here because you've got a lot of teams. So the odds are most certainly in your favor that we'll come up with something for you before we get out of here, right? Danny Duffy, 150th anniversary for the Royals. There's a Babe Ruth greatest moments. 35th anniversary for the A's. Another Topps Now. That one's Kyle Schwarber and the Cubbies. And that's that for that pack. That is the one thing that's good about the jumbo. Well, it's not one thing. There's several things good about it, but the thing I like the best is that we know all the good stuff's right in the center. So it enables us to kind of blow through the base at a pretty good little clip. So I do appreciate the way they design these, that's for sure. Hollow foil for the A's. This is the evolution of baseball. It's the ballpark for the Giants, of course, showing the old and the new for that. Mets 35th anniversary. We have a relic for Justin Verlander and the Astros. Chops, here's the deal with the short prints. And for those of you who may not have heard this information yet, it's okay. Well, let's back up. There's a couple of things you need to know. First of all, there's short prints and there's super short prints. And the short prints in the jumbos are supposed to be, let's look on the odds here, something like 1 in every 117 packs or something. Let me see if I can find it on here real quick. Hang on, if it tells me or not. The base short print is supposed to be 1 in every 17 packs. The super short print is supposed to be 1 in every 495 packs. Now, what has been widely reported since day one is that Topps appears to have left out the short prints in most, if not all, of the jumbo. I don't know about the regular hobby. I'm not breaking any of the regular hobby. The super short prints are still in there, but of course those are very rare to pull. They're coming out only one every 495 packs. That is gold 150th for the Padres. Greatest moments, Ricky Henderson for the A's. For the Rockies, a 35th anniversary Arenado. Another manufactured relic. That one's Tom Seaver in the Mets. That's another one of the big metal medallions. It's numbered to 50 on this particular one for the Mets. So yeah, so that's the deal. Apparently something happened in the production run, and it seems that our short print cards are not showing up in the jumbo. So super shorts are, regular shorts are not. So I don't know if those of you who are familiar with the product, you probably heard that already, because it was starting to come out like by Wednesday evening, when there had been enough opened to kind of start to think, there's a problem. And then by Thursday, it was like, okay, now there's been so much opened, it's not isolated to like one specific batch. It seems like it's more of a throughout thing. The Blue Jays, the gold 150th anniversary. Greatest moments, Roger Maris and the Yankees. There's Scherzer for the Nationals, 35th anniversary. Greatest moments, Nolan Ryan with the 150th, and that's the Astros. And then we're back at it. So yeah, again, Corey is saying he got a couple of short prints earlier out of the hobby regular. Right, that's what I'm saying. I don't think it impacted the regular hobby, but I haven't personally opened any of it to be able to tell you that yes or no. But I hadn't heard any reports of problems with the regular hobby, and Corey there is saying that he hit a couple out of regular hobby today, so we're going to assume that they're fine. But there is some kind of a known issue, it appears, for the jumbos. Not the SSPs, just the SPs. The Indians to 2019 with Jose Ramirez, a hollow foil for the Phillies. And now, why do we always see this statistician, man? This guy comes up in like the weirdest places. We had him on an autograph out of something, not Heritage, but Archives last year, or maybe year before. Bo Jackson and the Royals, 35th anniversary. And now he's in there as another insert that we'll have to do something with, because he's not affiliated with a team. He's a stats guy. Yeah, Jay Allen, most of the image variations, though, are the short prints. And so that's why we're not seeing those in here. Most of the image variations that you're talking about would be considered short prints or super short prints. Even if they're not numbered, that's usually what you're looking at there for the SSPs and the SPs. Hollow foil for the Mets. There's an Aaron Judge iconic card. Kind of early to call that an iconic card, isn't it? It's just 2 years ago it was his rookie card. Hosmer, 35th anniversary for the Padres. We've got another home run challenge. Carlos Correa and the Astros on that one. And this needs to go over there into that little area. Greg, you said you watched another Topps break today and it was long. They are long. There's so many cards. There's like no good way to get through them. There's no quick way to get through this many cards, no matter how fast you go through the base, unless you just literally set them aside and just go right to the middle, which I'm not going to do tonight because these are broken up into teams. But in the next case, where the base is its own bidding category and doesn't ship to the teams, we'll be able to cut more right to the middle. 150th gold logo on that one for McCann and the Astros. William Howard Taft. That's the president, man. So he's got to go up here with Stats Guy. And for the Brewers, we have a little Shoop Hollow Foil 35th Anniversary Marte for the Pirates. Another 2-team card. Another 2-team card. And then we're back to it. So yeah, so that's the deal. That's how we're going to roll with it. And you're right, Greg, it's long. It takes a long time. Well, I'm not sure I understand what you're asking me. You said variation short print. I mean, that's kind of what we were, if you're talking about the photo variations, that's kind of what I was trying to explain a minute ago. And sometimes I don't do a good job explaining things. But basically, right, the image variations in Series 1 are typically going to be either short print or super short print. They're not numbered, but they're, you know, just we know they're either short print or super short print. 150 gold for the Blue Jays. So the super short prints are still in the print run with no problem. Babe Ruth Greatest Seasons. And for the Brewers, a 35th anniversary. Our autograph, it is for the Astros, Marwin Gonzalez. And it is another Legacy of Baseball, numbered to 150. So yeah, so that's the problem then, is that we don't have the SSPs we can definitely find, but the SPs are not coming out the way they should. And I really don't know if it's the entire print run or not, but I know in a large sample size that there was an issue. So if it wasn't isolated to like one print run, it's definitely multiples. Oh, you saw short prints earlier in a jumbo then. So if that's the case, Greg, then maybe it's not completely widespread. So maybe it did just affect certain batches then. I don't know. I had not heard of anybody really that had noticed that up to this point out of jumbo. So you're the first one to let me know on that. That's Rod Carew Greatest Seasons for the Twins. Kansas City Royals Hollow Foil. The Dodgers Cody Bellinger 35th Anniversary. Topps Now Juan Soto insert. You said, Greg, what will Topps do about it? I don't know that I don't imagine they're going to do anything about it. I mean, I don't think there is really anything much they can do about it. It's, you know, products all already out the door. So I don't think there's really much of anything they're going to do about it, would be my guess. I mean, you never know, but that would be my guess. There's another Greatest Moments. This one, however, does have 2 different players on it, so it's going to have to go in our housekeeping area. And there's the Brewers 35th Anniversary, and yeah, back at it. Oh, Greg, you saw it come out earlier today in regular, not in jumbo. Okay, all right. So, yeah, it's just, that's unusual, too. Topps is usually very on their game, but they're, I don't know what happened with that deal. That is not what you would expect from them, that's for sure. All right, so we are entering last box mojo time. Setting our little housekeeping stuff up there in a little more organized fashion. Jay Allen, you haven't hit, you want the 2 teams that have autographs weren't your 2 teams. Okay, so we're gotta hope to find one for one of your teams in here then. Have you hit some of the relics? Have some of those gone your way, hopefully? There's a Greatest Moments for the Cardinals. Hollow foil, and that is for the Blue Jays, a 35th anniversary Buster Posey, and a Shohei Ohtani Topps Now. 2-team card has to go up top there. And doesn't it seem to you guys that there are fewer inserts in Series 1 this year than there were last year? It seems to me like there are fewer inserts. Maybe not, but it seems like it. Jay Allen, you're looking for a big hit in here. Well, we're going to do our best. Do my best to conjure one up for you. I mean, you know, Series 1 is not a product that has a ton of autographs in it. You guys all know that, of course, but often the ones you get are good ones. So, to 2019 Chance Adams. There's an evolution for the Twins. The original, you know, you guys know the deal with the Senators. There's like a zillion different teams that they actually became. Not a zillion, but one set became the Twins, one became the Rangers, because there were two different teams that were called the Senators over time. Anyway, that one matched the Twins, as you saw in the back. 35th anniversary Torres for the Yankees. That's the same team, so it doesn't matter. Those are different teams. It does matter. I'm just mixing it up. I don't know which packs have the relics and which packs have the autographs, but I just felt like grabbing that one. I don't know. It was calling to me, so we'll see if it actually has a hit in it, and that's why it was calling to me, or if I'm just not got the vibe flowing tonight. You never know which one it's going to be. It's a holo foil for the Yankees. And there's an iconic Hank Aaron. Cool. Gotta love that. For the Braves. The Angels, I'm sorry, the Rangers. Why did I say the Angels? I have no idea. Anyway, it's Pudge for the Rangers. There's a home run challenge for Yelich and the Brewers. And we didn't have any hit in there. So see, my mojo that was telling me there was a hit in there was off. It was misfiring on me tonight. Yeah, you know, that I don't know, Jay Allen, how that will, of course, come out. So if it turns out on the break where base doesn't ship and base is its own category, if we don't end up with cards for every team, I think we will out of a full case. But if we don't, then of course we could examine that before we did it the next time. But I'm definitely not going to be breaking full cases where all the cards ship, because that just isn't feasible. The Diamondbacks 150th anniversary gold. Greatest players Frank Thomas and the White Sox. That's the Padres Will Myers 35th anniversary. And a Bryce Harper coming out for the Nationals. Yeah, definitely can't do that. And really breaking them up into two half cases, honestly, is not my favorite either, because then you end up just, you can't break much else on the nights you break it, because it takes long enough that it's hard to slide other cases in there with it, but it doesn't really, it's just one of those weird products that, honestly, if it were up to me, I'd only break about a case of it and be done, but it doesn't work that way, you know. You have to take a certain amount of that to get a certain amount of other stuff. 150th anniversary, that's the Park for the Nationals. Lou Gehrig, greatest seasons for the Yankees. There's a holo foil Alonso for the Indians, a 35th anniversary for the Marlins. And there we are. No, Aaron, base does ship on this break. Again, that's what I was talking about earlier, guys. When we go to the full case, the base cards have their own bidding category, and they do not ship. And as always, it clearly states that in the listing description, and the base cards have their own bidding category. So you should always look at the listing description to see if there's any variation. If base cards don't ship or something has its own bidding category, it's always going to say that in the listing description. So the first break and this break, everything ships, because this is done by the half case. When I start the full case breaks, that is when base cards have their own bidding spot, and they do not ship to the teams. That's the 150th gold for the Rockies. There's an iconic Hank Aaron for the Braves. The Padres with Hosmer. Ooh, we got a relic and autograph pairing. Matt Olson, very nice. So the Oakland A's kind of cleaned up tonight. That's numbered to 25. And out of 3 autographs, the Oakland A's end up taking 2 of them, including that nice low-numbered parallel that's got your relic with it. Now, those are sticker autos in here. All 3 of them were, but I think you guys probably know that that's usually the case, and 1, 2, and update are not typically on-card autographs. So, yeah, Corey, you did all right, didn't you, with your Oakland A's? You asked for some mojo, and you ended up with 2 of the 3 autographs. That's not too shabby, is it? For the Cubs, Javi Baez, 150th gold imprint on it. Greatest player, Steve Carlton for the Phillies. 35th anniversary for the Marlins. And this is numbered for the Padres to 76 there with Richard, or Clayton Richard. I wanted to say Richard Clayton because that's the way it's written. Throws me off, man. The last name's first on there. So giant as well. So, of course, we've got a couple more packs to look through here. After we do that, we will recap our autographs and our relics and our numbered cards, and then we'll have to use random.org to divvy up a few little odds and ends over there off to the side as well. So we still have a few little things to do even after we finish looking through these last packs here. For the Orioles, that is Trumbo to 2019. A hollow foil Tyler Skaggs for the Angels. A revolution of the game. And that is, I don't know who the heck that is. Commissioner of Baseball. Okay, well, he goes up there in that pile too. 35th anniversary for the A's. Oakland A's, man. You must have had a good vibe about the A's tonight, because you have been crushing it with them, Corey. Aaron, we didn't, I know. You said you and Jay Allen both are like, dang it, that's my luck. I know. Jay Allen, I would have thought as many teams as you had that we would have at least gotten you a relic or something. So, if we didn't get you one single thing, man, I am sorry about that. I would not have thought that to be the case when you had so many teams. A Mark McGwire greatest players insert. And Robbie Ray hollow foil for the Diamondbacks, 35th anniversary, Rhys Hoskins and the Phillies. And our relic is a nice little Wade Boggs for the Red Sox, and that's a piece of the baseball bat. So that's pretty cool. Wow, Corey, you've had a good night then. I should put that in upside down. You said earlier you pulled a red on-card Ricky Henderson to 25. Dang, man. Corey, we all need to, like, rub Corey's head for good luck or something and then go play the lottery, because he is having a very good night, it sounds like. Very successful break evening. Chops, that Red Sox was yours. Okay. Well, that's kind of a cool little hit there. I always like when you get a piece of the baseball bat. I kind of like that better than the jersey most of the time. I don't know why. I just do. I think because of the jerseys, it's so rare that the patch on the jersey is interesting. It's often just that little, I got those two flipped around, I think. It's often just that little tiny swatch, you know, in one color and things a lot of times. 150th gold imprint. Greatest seasons, Ricky Henderson for the A's. The Expos with Vlad Guerrero. Of course, Expos guys go to the Nationals. Cards always stay with their franchise. The former Montreal Expos are the current Washington Nationals. And our last relic out is our manufactured patch here for Paul Goldschmidt and the D-backs. And those are the little manufactured, you know, like hat relics, basically. Cap relics, whatever you want to call them. Cap patch. Anyway, it's not player worn, it's manufactured. That's the point that matters about that, I guess. Okay, so before we recap, here's what we need to do. So these cards, and I think I got most of these stacked aside. It could be that there are a couple still floating around in the main stuff. But if there are, it's not going to make a difference because it's going to cover all of our possible options. So that's a look at them. Here's what's going to happen. I'm going to go to random.org and I will put in left and right, very simply. And I will use random 3 different times. The first 2 won't count. The third and final random will either give us left or right. If it gives us left on each card that features 2 players from 2 different teams, it would go to the team on the left. If it gave us right, it would, of course, go to the team on the right. So that way we're covered not only for the little stack that you see there, but on the chance that I happen to, you know, stack a 2-team card in over there with the main base that I would find when sorting. This would, of course, also cover that scenario, and it would still sort the same way. Okay, guys, so here we are, left and right. You can ignore the first one, ignore the second one. Here comes our third and final. There's 3 times, our date and time stamp, and it comes up as the right-hand side of the card. So, right, of course, you know, in this case is Astros, and the Reds, and the Angels, and that looks like the Cubs there, Angels, etc. And a lot of those are duplicates, and of course then would go to the Ohtani on this card. So that's how those came out, to the right-hand side. Now, we've got these that are not anything. I mean, they're something, but they don't go to a team, okay? There's no specific team on any of those. So we're going to go back and use random again, but this time we're going to make a pit stop over here with our spreadsheet. I'm going to copy all of the team names and we'll head back over to random. I'll drop them in there, paste them in, and at that point, I will do random only once. That's basically if we can get, whenever I have 10 or more items in a list, I do random 1 time. If I have 9 or fewer, we do random 3 times. So that's how that works. So I'll scroll through here from the top so you can see I did cut and paste everybody out of there that we were expecting to do. So good luck, everybody. And that is going to the Arizona Diamondbacks. So that is these 3 little cards right there to the D-backs. And if you'll bear with me a moment, I am going to just put them right in here and label them so that I don't have to try and rely on my poor memory as to where they go. That way they'll be ready to rock. And of course, obviously, you know I'm writing on the bag. You saw me put them in there. So I don't think anybody's going to flip out and think I've gone to the crazy and start writing on your cards. Similarly, I'm going to circle on this one on the sleeve again, of course, the player on the right to remind me that random gave us the right side of the card on all of those. Now, our numbered cards, of course, they're to 2019 when they have the ugly border. And then we have a couple in here that are less than that. This one to 76 for Clayton, Richard, and the Padres. And then 2019 for each of the ugly border colors. And then Martin Perez and the Rangers to 50. I know I shouldn't call it the ugly border color, but it is an ugly color. It's not like camo green. It's not brown. It's like pea green. It's actually kind of like the color green that came out of Linda Blair's mouth in The Exorcist or something. It's kind of crazy. All right, let's recap our hits. This is a manufactured patch for the Arizona Diamondbacks, Paul Goldschmidt. We have a Wade Boggs piece of the baseball bat for the Red Sox. And here's the Oakland A's Matt Olson patch and autograph, numbered to 25. For the Houston Astros, you have Marwin Gonzalez to 150, a Legacy of Baseball autograph. This is a manufactured relic, a metal, kind of a medallion thing to 50. Tom Seaver and the Mets. Justin Verlander and the Astros have a little relic. The A's hit with Frankie Montas, and that is also a Legacy of Baseball autograph. Trey Turner and the Nationals. That actually also is a piece of the baseball bat, I think. When I first looked at that, I thought it was a jersey earlier, but I think it's actually a piece of the bat. And another medallion. This one is for the Twins with Joe Mauer. Well, okay, so puke green. I was going with pea green, J. Allen, but maybe puke green works too. I don't know. It's just not a great color. I don't love that color. I would have rather it been either more camo or more gold or something. I don't know. It was kind of a strange color choice, but then again, I think we can all agree it's kind of a strange set this year in terms of design. So let's run through the spreadsheet stuff one more time very quickly that anybody might have missed it. So expecting this to be on the way to you by Wednesday the 6th if you are talking about the Series 1 Jumbo. If I can get it out sooner than that, I will. And the triple play is projected out no later than Saturday a week from today, the free shipping stuff. Usually it goes out sooner, but it's always projected out about a week after the fact, okay? And, of course, consolation cards apply to triple play. If you need info on that, it's up there at the top. Hit me up if you have questions. And we don't have to worry about consolation cards in Top Series 1 because, yeah, there were a blue million cards in there. They're all going. Every team's got stuff there. This is what's coming up on eBay in the days ahead. Tomorrow, Super Bowl Sunday, is an off day. No breaks tomorrow night. On Monday, we'll be back at it with Crown Royal Basketball, Playbook Football, and Premier Gear Baseball, which is game-used memorabilia is the Premier Gear. On Tuesday, Leaf Autograph Football Jersey, Leaf Autograph Full-Size Football Helmet, and there's our full case of Top Series 1 Jumbo. And the Series 1 Jumbo on Tuesday night. Once again, guys, a reminder, the base cards do not ship to the teams in that particular break. The base cards have their own bidding category. The teams get autographs, relics, numbered cards, and whatever insert sets are listed on the Topps checklist. There's 2 or 3 of them. Obviously, we saw them tonight. Greatest players, greatest games, the 35th anniversary ones, you know, a handful of them anyway. On Wednesday, we'll open a Game Day Greats autograph football jersey, Gold Rush mini helmet, a pair of them. They'll be Series 4, which is a new series from what we have been opening in those recently. And we'll do a 12-box case of Contenders football, my last full case of Contenders. That will be Wednesday night. Thursday night, we'll open Limited Football and Optic Basketball, both by the full case. No new releases next week on Wednesday. There are at least, I think there's going to be one on Friday, the new one, Panini 1. I don't think there's anything else coming out on Friday of next week, but I wouldn't absolutely swear to it, but that's what I think anyway. All right, guys, so that is it for me tonight, I guess. So thank you for joining me, spending part of your Saturday night with me. I hope that you have a good weekend with what's left of it, and everybody enjoys the Super Bowl tomorrow, and we'll see you again on Monday night. All right, bye, guys, and gals, if you're there, gals. Bye, all.